Hello friends, in today's video we are going to study about the method of writing chemical formulas for a compound. We are going to learn how to write the chemical formulas of a compound and hence use this method in writing the chemical reactions from the word equations. So let's begin. Now we denote the compounds in form of the chemical formula. Now what is chemical formula? Chemical formula of a compound is a symbolic representation of composition. Means it represents the how many atoms or parts are there for certain elements in a compound. So they are symbolic representations of their compositions. For example, hydrogen chloride. When hydrogen and chlorine comes together, they form hydrogen chloride or commonly known as hydrochloric acid. We know that one atom of hydrogen comes together and forms a compound with one atom of chlorine to give hydrogen chloride or what we call hydrochloric acid. Now, can we guess why does this happen? Why only one atom of hydrogen combines with only one atom of chlorine and not with two? So the answer for this phenomena lies in the property of element of atom that is known as atom of an element that is known as combining capacity or the valency of an element. Combining capacity means the capacity of a atom to join or to form a bond with another atom of another element. So that is known as combining capacity or valency. We also know that the valency of an element depends on the number of electrons present in the valence shell. That is the outermost shell of an atom. So the presence of number of electrons in the outermost shell determines the valency or the combining capacity of an element of an atom of element with another atom of same or different elements. So here we would study it in details that valency of hydrogen is 1. It is a positive charge, and valency of chlorine is also 1, having negative charge. Now when one atom of hydrogen comes together and combines with the atom of chlorine, it forms HCl or hydrogen chloride. It forms this compound in such a way that both the charges are neutralized. Means whenever two atoms of elements come together or ions of elements come together, they join in such a way that overall charge of the chemically formed compound is neutral or 0 and hence it becomes a stable compound. Here positive 1 charge of hydrogen and negative 1 charge of chlorine neutralize each other and form a stable or a neutral compound. Now let's take a look at another example, that is calcium hydroxide. We know the valency of calcium is 2 plus, that is it has 2 positive charges, and hydroxide ion has valency 1, that is minus 1 negative charge. So overall charge, we know that overall charge of a compound is neutral, hence we would require here 2 negative charges to counterbalance the 2 positive charges of calcium, and hence they come together, 2 atoms or 2 ions of hydroxide ion join with calcium to neutralize the overall charge of calcium hydroxide. So one atom of calcium combines with 2 atoms of hydroxide ion having 2 negative charges. They come together and in this way they neutralize each other's charge and form a chemically neutral and stable compound known as calcium hydroxide. The chemical formula can also be determined in another method by simply using these steps. Now which steps are used to determine the chemical formula of a compound. Here, first of all, we write the valency of the elements in the compound. Means when we are given the compound, we write their chemical symbols along with their valences. Now in the compound which we had seen in previous slide is calcium hydroxide. So we are going to take same example here. So we take calcium and its valency is 2 plus, and the another atom or ion is hydroxide ion. It has negative charge. So then we write down the chemical symbols in form of a formula. So right after writing them, we crisscross the valences of element. That is, calcium has 2 plus charge, so that is moved to hydroxide ion, and minus 1 charge of hydroxide ion is placed before or after as a subscript for calcium. So we get a compound as Ca1OH twice. So as OH is a polyatomic ion, we will discuss about polyatomic ion in the later slide, but now as OH is a group formed by more than ion of more than one element, hence it is known as polyatomic ion, and we have to put it in brackets. So we put bracket around hydroxide ion and then place the valency or the number of atoms after it in a subscript, that is 2. So in this way we get CaOH twice, and as 1 is, we need not write 1, we get CaOH twice as the chemical formula for the compound calcium hydroxide. Now looking at hydroxide ion, we can see that it is made up of two, or it is a combination of two different elements, that is O represents oxygen and H represents hydrogen. So it is a ion made up of more than one element's ion. So we define it as a polyatomic ion. Now what is polyatomic ion? If an ion contains ions of more than one element, then it is known as polyatomic ion. So in this way, if we come across any ion which is made up of more than one element's ion, then it is known as polyatomic ion. The examples, some more examples of polyatomic ions are, first we take carbonate. Carbonate is a composition of two elements, that is carbon and oxygen. Here one atom of carbon combines with 3 atoms of oxygen to give carbonate ion, which has negative 2 charge or 2 valency. Same way, when we look at sulfate, can you say which two elements are present in this ion? Right, two elements are sulfur and oxygen. One atom of sulfur combines with 4 atoms of oxygen and forms a negatively charged, two negatively charged ion. So its valency is 2 minus. Now sulfite, in sulfite also same combination takes place, that is sulfur and oxygen, but here the number of atoms of oxygen varies. In sulfate the number of oxygen atoms are 4, but in sulfite the number of oxygen atom is 3, but it gives the same valency. Then we have a look at nitrate. Nitrate is a combination of nitrogen and oxygen. Here one atom of nitrogen combines with 3 atoms of oxygen. Same way in ammonium. Ammonium is a combination of nitrogen and hydrogen. So one atom of nitrogen combines with 4 atoms of hydrogen to form ammonium ion, which is positively charged. Then we look at a phosphate ion. Phosphate is a combination of phosphorus and oxygen, and here one phosphate atom combines with 4 atoms of oxygen and forms phosphate ion, which is negatively charged and has 3 as a valency. So in this way there are many more polyatomic ions which may contain more than ions, more than 2 elements ions, and hence we can say that there are lot of polyatomic ions. Now these polyatomic ions are important for writing chemical compounds, right? So memorize this polyatomic ions along with their composition and their valency and their charge, so that they will be very helpful in writing the chemical formulas while writing chemical reactions. Now we will try to write the chemical formulas of some of the compounds. First of all, we take hydrogen sulfide. So the name itself suggests that it is a combination of two elements, that is hydrogen and sulfide. So chemically hydrogen is denoted by H and its valency is 1 plus, whereas sulfide is denoted by S, that is sulfur, and its valency is 2 minus. Now we write down the chemical composition and crisscross their valencies, then we get H2S. So the chemical formula of hydrogen sulfide will be H2S. So H2S is a chemical formula for hydrogen sulfide. Now we are going to determine the chemical formula for aluminium oxide. We know that aluminium is represented by Al. It is represented by symbol Al and its valency is 3 plus. It is positively charged and it has valency 3. Similarly, O represents oxide and it is negatively charged and it has valency 2. So writing these chemicals or elements together and crisscrossing their valencies, we get the chemical formula for aluminium oxide as Al2O3. So the chemical formula for aluminium oxide will be Al2O3. Now why don't you pause your video here and try to find out the chemical formula for the given compound. Pause it for some time and I have answers for you later on. So first try out to solve this or write the chemical formula for these compounds and then have a look at the answers. So here are the answers. So after learning how to write the chemical formula for the following compounds, we are going to learn how to write them, means how to convert word equations into chemical equations. So for this we take an example of sodium reacting with water to give sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. We know that sodium is represented by Na, whereas water is represented by H2O. Here also water is a composition of hydrogen and oxygen. Here H2 represent that two atoms of hydrogen react with one atom of oxygen and form water. Now we have to find out the formula or write down the chemical formula for sodium hydroxide. Now the name itself suggests that it is made up of two different elements, that is sodium and hydroxide ion. So for sodium is denoted by Na and hydroxide is denoted by OH. Sodium has +1 charge, that is it is positively charged and has valency 1, and hydroxide is negatively charged and it has valency 1. As both of them have same valency, they require only single atom of each element to join together. That is, they come together and form a simple compound having one atoms of all the elements, that is NaOH. Now NaOH is the chemical formula for sodium hydroxide. We see that +1 neutralizes the -1 charge of hydroxide ion and hence we get chemically stable or neutral NaOH. So sodium hydroxide is represented by NaOH, and in this way our chemical reaction is complete. Let's take another example. In this example, let's write down the chemical equation or reaction for the reaction of magnesium with oxygen and forming magnesium oxide. We know that magnesium is represented by Mg and oxygen is represented by O2. So now for determining the chemical formula of magnesium oxide, we have to write down both the elements, their chemical symbols and their valencies. So first of all, we write down magnesium's symbol, that is Mg, and its valency is, it is positively charged and its valency is 2. And similarly oxygen, it is negatively charged and its valency is 2. So both of the elements have same valency, hence only one atom of each element will be required to form the compound. So Mg comes together with O and forms MgO, known as magnesium oxide. So in this way we get magnesium oxide. Now let's have a look at another example, that is when iron reacts with hydrochloric acid, iron chloride is formed and hydrogen is released. So iron, we know that iron is represented by symbol Fe. When it reacts with hydrochloric acid, we had seen in the first slide that hydrochloric acid is represented by HCl. So hydrochloric acid, HCl. Now we have to write down the chemical formula for iron chloride. The name suggests that it has two elements, that is iron, and another one is chlorine, that is Cl. So Fe represents iron and Cl represents chloride. So the valency of Fe is 2 and it is positively charged, and chlorine is 1 and it is negatively charged. So now writing both the chemical or both the elements together and crisscrossing their valencies, we get 1 atom of Fe and 2 atoms of chlorine, that is we get FeCl2 as iron chloride, and then hydrogen gas, that is H2. In this way, by determining the chemical formulas, we can easily write down the chemical reactions which is given in word form. So word equations can be written in the chemical equations in this form. We have seen that none of this reaction is balanced. So writing a balanced equation is also important. But how to balance these equations, we will learn in our next video. Until then, it's goodbye from Jitendra Patel. Thank you.